Good morning, everybody. My name is Marty Forrest. My website is helloextraordinarylife.com. You can go there. On the landing page, there's a free gift for you. It is 3 steps to reprogramming your negative self-talk. I'm updating that. I've been working on it to update that and shift it into clearing the mental static, which is a little bit... Hi, Joni.
Yes, good morning. I also brought my friend Debbie with me today.
Okay, but I'm going to mute you. And that will go for a straight 6 weeks, and it will end right before the week before Thanksgiving, that Saturday before. So that'll be the next 6-week course. I have not changed the dates on the site yet. All right, is that Stacy? She's muted. All right. Okay, people came on and they came off. So, well, that's interesting. I wonder what's happening. Anyway, today I am speaking to another emotional trigger. I don't know if y'all are experiencing this, but it seems that many of us have been having lots of emotional triggers lately. Is that Stacey?
Yeah, it's me. My phone's acting up. Sorry.
It's okay. I had a couple of you come on and then drop off. So, is it the conference line? It could be.
It could be because it wasn't picking it up. So, yeah. But I'm here.
Okay. Okay, awesome. All right, let me hang this one up. There we go. That was weird. Holy cow. It's Mercury's direct now. There is no Mercury retrograde for communicational issues. So, anyway, good morning. All right, today I'm addressing another emotional trigger, and it just means okay, I muted everybody, so if you need to say something while I'm talking or ask a question, you can hit *6. Okay, one more time. Let's start again. Okay, today is about emotional triggers. And I was saying that if y'all are present to this, it seems that for me, and I'm going to just assume that it seems to be happening for many of us, that we have had lots of emotional triggers lately, touching some deep wounding, and that came with it's been the last few months, but this last full moon just seemed to, like, one after another. There were 3 or 4 that just right in succession, and then I found myself in this just obsession. And that happens. That's how our brain operates when that wound gets touched. I call it the original wound, and it's usually something that happens when we are a child. One of them was the mother wound for me, where my mom did this kind of backhanded way of communicating, and she'd write something to me, and then there was no responsibility. And then someone texted me something in that same line and touched that same mom wound for me. And then on Sunday, this is just 2 of them. On Sunday, someone just went off on this in this kind of authoritarian way, which triggers my dad wound. My dad was the authority. He was critical. He was everything had to be his way or the highway, and I really got triggered, and And I just felt like this big gaping wound. I actually feel better this morning. I was writing it all out and sharing with you in email, and so I'm actually feeling better today, being able to just get it out of myself. And that's one of the tools I tell people is you write it out, you call somebody, you talk about it, and you be clear about what you're communicating with someone. If you're venting or you need to process it and you want them to ask you questions, go to someone you trust, someone that's safe for you to do that with, so that it's not continuing to roll around inside of you. And that's what I did. I called people, and then I did a bunch of writing about it. I got into some meditation. So I could actually look at those. They're much deeper. So these are not things that are just like I keep repeating. It seems like it. It feels like it sometimes. But there are things that one gets touched, and that there are deep layers of things that are continuing to get peeled off. We talk about peeling the onion. I also know and recognize that they're showing up so that I can move through them. Because I got into when I hit the point of I'm tired, in that emotional, like bone-weary state, I'm tired, because it just kept coming and coming and coming. And I speak personally, but I'm going to really invite you to just overlay it in your own life and see how this applies to you. If this is what's happening, it is showing up so that we can allow it to move out. It's showing up so that we can heal it. It's showing up so the energy can get cleared out, because it's all energy. But when I hit the point of I'm just tired, I know I then shift. So here's where you can shift it. If you're feeling like that, I'm tired. I feel like it's just constant. Like, okay, so the shift for me part of it was when I changed my lens a little bit. I shifted the lens and my perspective, and I went, oh, that's right. I'm going to remind myself. I'm going to remind you that it's showing up to be cleared out. It's showing up to be healed. And when I can hold that perspective, then I don't get, how do I say that? I allow the emotions, first of all, to move, to get cleared. Because when I get stuck and I'm saying I'm tired, then I lock myself into that place. When I shift it and go, oh, it's showing up for me to move it out, or to allow it to move out, or to heal it, whatever you want to put there, then it does actually allow it to move, because now I've shifted out of the woe is me, I'm the victim of my circumstance, when my truth is that I'm creating this so I can clear it. I'm bringing it in so I can see the mirror for myself, so I can clear it out. And this is it. It feels exhausting in the moment, and then when I remember that that's what I'm doing here, clearing that out. That's what we're doing here. You're doing that too, and we're doing that so that we can continue to shine brighter in the world. And then you get to help other people, and I get to help other people. So I do these calls. So I get to help other people shine their light brighter in the world by reminding us of why we're here, and that we're here to do this. It's part of our human experience is that we're here to be in that minutia sometimes, know the contrast, know what we want and what we don't want, to know what we do want. Kind of a paradox, right? And it's coming faster. This last full moon last Sunday, it was pretty intense. So things are showing up faster and faster and getting cleared faster and faster. And then I get to a break and go, okay, phew, I can relax here a minute. And then there's more. And what happens is the more I'm present, the more I allow, the faster it clears and the less intense it gets. When our reactions are out of proportion to what just happened in our world, the reaction to something is very intense. It's because it's something from our childhood. It's that original wound that's getting touched. That's what I know today. So when I'm over the top in my reaction to something, I go, oh, that's right. Okay, what is it? And then I look. Okay, so what's it triggering for me? Because if it's that intense, it's not the person in front of me. They touch something really deep. And that's how I know, is because my reaction is very over the top and seemingly out of proportion to the incident that just occurred. Then I look at, okay, well, then what's that wound? What did that just touch? Now, it also means I get to look at, and I've gotten to look at with these two particular incidents I'm talking about, is there something for me to do about this? Like a conversation to be had with the people, a boundary to be set. And I realized that there is a boundary that will allow me to feel safe in my own home and my own space. One of my boundaries is that if you have a conversation that ought to be had with me, or you want to have with me, talk to me about it. Don't text me about it. Because from this point forward, I will not answer it. I'm just not going to do that. And I got a text from that person the other night, and Lou said, my husband, he said, are you going to read that? I said, no, I'm not. I'll read it tomorrow. Because it came at night, and now I don't trust the person, and I don't feel safe to open that text because I have no idea what they're going to tell me. So I read it the next day. It was very kind and very sweet, actually. But I thought, I'm not going to read it at night and then not sleep because it was something that I didn't actually want to read right then. And the other one, the boundary is, if you want to teach us things, teach us out of the lodge where we pray. Don't bring your control and your fear and your whatever you think that we need to know or we've done wrong into the lodge. Because now it's not safe for me to be in there. So the thread of all this stuff was it left me feeling unsafe. So there is a boundary for me to set. And there's also a wound for me to tend. So just because our wounds get touched doesn't mean there's not something else to handle about the situation, especially if they're good friends of yours or family. I used to think that I just need to heal all the wounds or just take care of all of my part. Well, now I've just allowed it to be okay. My silence has become consent that it's okay to treat me that way. And sometimes it is only my stuff. But in these particular instances, there's an actual conversation to be had and a place that I can say how it is for me. Yes, it triggered my wounds, and it left me feeling unsafe. Maybe at another time when I'm all well and healed, if that ever occurs in my life and there's no more wounds, maybe that won't affect me like that. But today it did, so I get to take the opportunity. So that's what I'm offering here is, just because we get a wound touched doesn't mean there's something else or there's not something else. We tend the wound and we tend the relationship. Because I had an ex-husband one time and he's like, oh, that's your daddy issue. And I said, you're right, it is. This behavior is not acceptable though. So yes, I got touched. And there's things that are okay and things that are not okay. And that's where I get to decide. And that's where you get to decide. Because we teach people how to treat us. So it's up to us to determine how we allow ourselves to be treated, how we treat others, and how I treat myself. Because if I'm allowing it from someone else, you can be darn sure I'm doing it to myself. Because they're just the external manifestation of my internal dialogue. So, learning how to love ourselves enough to respect ourselves and create respect in our own world from others. Because I still do that to myself sometimes. What happened in the lodge, I still do that to myself. I still criticize myself. I still get hard on myself. And I still beat myself up sometimes. And I wish I could tell you I would never do that anymore, but I do. It's not often. So when that happens, I just get to look at it and go, oh, still showing up for me. Time to stop it. It's time to stop it. Because I get to love me today. And by me loving me and you loving yourself, that's how we allow that love in. It's either thing that we do to ourselves is what we allow in and how we allow it from others. So it's a checkpoint also. If I'm not saying something in that moment, something's triggered, right? Because sometimes I do say it in the moment. Hey, that's not acceptable. And then other times I allow that. So it's a checkpoint to go, this is showing up in my space. Am I doing that to myself? Or do I need to go with me? And how do I want it to be in this relationship? Yep. Okay. I just did my little brain check. I think I'm done. Let me unmute you. Anything you got from that? Taken away from that? An aha moment?
Marty, can you hear me?
I can.
I just wanted to say thank you for your honesty, honey.
You're welcome.
Is anybody else going to talk?
Stacy is probably muted. She's at work.
Okay.
Did you get anything good from that? Anything that helps you?
So much, Marty. I mean, your honesty just touched me. And, I wanted to introduce you to my friend Debbie. She's here listening today. Hello, Marty.
Hi, Debbie. Welcome, welcome.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Very welcome. Did you get something useful today?
Yes, I did.
Excellent.
Yes.
Would you like to share what that was?
It's just like Joni said, your honesty helps, like for me, to really take a look at myself in an honest to goodness way, to get rid of all the crap that's just down in there.
Right. Good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It really does help when you have other people to bounce stuff off of. And right now, it was kind of hard for me to hear a lot of what you said because we are in the car, and but I really enjoyed what I did hear.
Excellent. Well, Joni can share the number with you so you can join any Wednesday at 9 o'clock.
That would be wonderful.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing. Hey, Miss Stacy, Are you able to unmute and share? Either it's a no or she's just trying to unmute her phone.